what really epitomizes what Royalmont is about is our motto, Semper Altius. We use the phrase Semper Altius now all the time at our house. Always higher, because it's an opportunity to think about whatever you're doing and consider, can I do it a little bit better, a little bit more, give a little bit more of myself.
Our mission is forming Christian leaders and shaping the students to live like Christ.
Students that not only are leaders or people are drawn to, and they can, rally a group of people for a cause or set a good example, but that good example, that cause that they're rallying people for, have a Christian motive behind it. And it's all give the glory to God. Help others, treat others as we like to be treated, and that's our main focus. And that's why we do a lot of things like the missions projects or the apostolic projects every month. It's to get them used to different ways, applicable ways, that you can be that Christian leader in your community, so that when you leave Royalmont and you go beyond, it's second nature to you. It's already who you are, and that's our goal.
Royalmont does a great job of equipping these young people into becoming young adults. They give them a firm foundation in their faith. Royalmont teaches them responsibility. The teachers teach them accountability for their actions, for their grades, for their thoughts and their words. And then on top of that, with the service projects, then Royalmont kind of wraps around the rest of it and teaches them how to care for the rest of the world and how to reach out and see others.
We love the community. We love the faith formation. We love, I love that my kids have an opportunity to do both academics, athletics. They're in the play after school. There's just an opportunity for them to develop their whole person.
The small class sizes have really been beneficial for my children as they've been growing up. It has allowed each of them to have a very individualized learning experience while still being part of a class. But because the classes are a little bit smaller, the formator then has the time to really get to know the child and get to understand their learning styles.
The great thing about having a small school is that you know everybody.
With the small class sizes at Royalmont, it's so great to have the students not feel like just a number in a class. I can have personal experiences with them and almost feel like a one-on-one conversation and lesson with them.
Everyone's just very welcoming. It didn't seem cliquey. That was like my worst fear, was that everyone would have their own little cliques and that I wouldn't be able to get involved with them because I had never even been to school up until 8th grade my whole life. And so I was like, I didn't feel like I would fit in at any school. But then everyone was just really nice and inviting. So
my favorite tradition at Royalmont is the high school retreat because of how much I think it's very important to me that we build a community here. And at the retreat, it gives us that opportunity to grow together.
One of the unique aspects of our school is the fact that we don't call our instructors teachers, but we call them formators. And that really highlights this idea that when we look at a child, it's not just about their intellectual development, it's also about forming them as a whole person. And I think that really separates us from any other school.
Our kids are here for the formation that Royalmont offers. Other schools just don't offer that, and this is where you can get it.
In our classroom, we focus on the virtue of the month, and this Lenten season, we are making a footprint that tells what we have done nice to others in prayer, fasting, and almsgiving.
Having a chapel here at Royalmont on a daily basis and where I can actually go there on a daily basis is very important, I think, because most schools have a chapel, but it's often not really like the front and center of their school. But having it here, it really helps me. I can always go there for just normal prayer time, just meditating, stuff like that. And I can also go there for classes like religion class, and also like other things for like confession, mass, spiritual direction, stuff like that.
That we're forming the child in the 4 pillars with the support of the formator, the teacher in the classroom. And that partnership allows us to achieve a high level of success in forming our child, because there's a consistency happening not only in the classroom but then also at home.
As a parent and the primary educator of our children, there's a certain continuity that we want to have between what happens at home and what happens in school. And with Royalmont, there's complete consistency in that message, and it makes our job a lot easier.
Some unique things about Royalmont Academy include our size. I think with us being smaller, it allows us for more flexibility and more personal relationships, not only with our students, but with the faculty members and even God. Another unique thing about Royalmont is how much our focus is on formation. Formation is essential, and while some schools will just touch on it and say, this is what you need to do to be more mature, we embrace it fully as part of our mission statement.
We are a beautiful community. It is a joyful place. It's a place where you're going to grow in your faith, and not just the kids, but I think the whole family is pulled into that. It's a place where I'm confident my kids are going to have good, solid friendships and not be challenged by some of the crazy things that are going on in our world right now.
We can go to any school in Cincinnati and get a good education, but we can't go everywhere and get great faith formation, which is what we have at Royalmont.